Hello and welcome to another bit of Satoshi's News. Today's date is Tuesday the 16th of July 2024, the year of 1,000,000 transactions per second or more. Experience the best of both worlds today at betbitcoinsv.com, the best casino and sports betting on chain. Have a little flutter in private using the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Right, just got to go through these two articles that I've been sent. One titled, Janet Yellen issues serious $34 trillion warning as Bitcoin predicted to surge to $1 million price. I mean, we know they're literally trying to encourage everybody to pile into BTC now. But we know Janet Yellen, BlackRock, Larry Fink, they're all bad actors. Which is why they're encouraging people into this Ponzi scheme. They know exactly what they're doing. And this is another one. BlackRock CEO issues massive warning after crypto flip that powered a Bitcoin. Ethereum and XRP price boom. Again, they're literally just scamming people. Trying to get literally pension companies and everybody into this. I mean, when you know what they're doing, like we do, it's absolutely outrageous. So that's what's coming in for it. Let's get into it.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, them transactions flying free. Just wait for the terror node, you'll surely see.
Here we go. Right, Janet Yellen issues serious $34 trillion warning as Bitcoin price predicted to surge to $1 million price. So apparently this post was originally published on May 27th. BTC has surged over the last year thanks to Wall Street earthquake and the soaring expectations of Federal Reserve dovish flip. Alright. So the Bitcoin price, that's BTC, currently trading around $70,000 per Bitcoin, up almost 400% from its post-FTX collapse lows in late 2022, with the market braced for what's likely to be a game-changing 2024 presidential election. Now, after one legendary trader predicted the Federal Reserve will restart its money printer later this year, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has issued a serious warning over the spiraling $34 trillion US debt pile that some think could catapult the Bitcoin price to $1 million over the next 18 months. Honestly, if this isn't like, what do you call it? Bear trap, something like that. They're just trying to herd investors into this. They're going to get absolutely rinsed. Quote here, we've raised the interest rate forecast, Yellen told Bloomberg on the sidelines of a group of seven meeting for financial ministers and central bank governors in Italy. That does make a difference. It makes it somewhat more challenging to keep deficits and interest expense under control. The US debt interest payments are forecast to hit $870 billion this year, according to a recent analysis by the Congressional Budget Office, after soaring inflation pushed the Federal Reserve to hike interest rates at a never-before-seen clip in the aftermath of huge COVID-era spending and money printing. Again, currency printing, it's not money. There's a massive hole, there's a loss that has to be realised. Jack Mallers, the chief executive of Bitcoin payments app Strike, told Anthony Pompilano, an influencer and YouTuber. That loss is going to come through debasing the currency. Asset prices are going to go up. And what is the best asset and best performing asset? What's the best money in human history? Oh, see, look, they know genuinely, but obviously they don't know the implications of SegWit turning it into a piece of shit. And so I think that has to be accurately priced. Mahler said he thinks people would be willing to pay $250,000 for a Bitcoin as a result of Fed money printing weekly the US dollar. Update, former US President and Republican 2024 hopeful Donald Trump has reportedly asked if Bitcoin could be used to solve the US national debt problem. Accordingly to reporter Colin Wu, David Bailey, the chief executive of Bitcoin Magazine and a cryptocurrency aside, aide of the Trump campaign, reportedly made the comment during a Sunday live broadcast on X. Bailey revealed that the first time he met Trump, he asked if Bitcoin, what's going on here? Lost where I was. Bailey revealed that the first time he met Trump, he asked if Bitcoin could do anything about the $35 trillion debt we posted. Bailey answered that he had some ideas, but was not prepared to discuss that topic during the first meeting. After the Bitcoin price climbed through the end of last week in response to the positive legislative developments in Washington, Bailey posted to X, "It's important everyone calls this Trump pump." Gives Trump full credit and to thank him and congratulate him if you have the opportunity. Can we still see this? Bailey revealed that the first time he met Trump, he asked if Bitcoin could do anything about it. After the Bitcoin price climbed through the... Is that on the one we just read that? Bailey is among a group of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency entrepreneurs, developers and influencers that have thrown their weight behind Trump in recent weeks following the newfound support for crypto. Trump, who has recently begun accepting crypto campaign donations after making millions of dollars selling crypto-based digital trading cards, said President Joe Biden wants Bitcoin and crypto in the US to die a slow and painful death. I'm very positive and open-minded to cryptocurrency companies and all things related to this new and burgeoning industry, Trump posted to Truth Social, the social media clone of X that he launched in 2022. I think we're still so early in the Bitcoin story, said Morlers, who was involved in the El Salvador historical 2021 Bitcoin adoption experiment. I'm publicly on record saying I think Bitcoin is $250,000 to $1 million in the crypto cycle. So now I'm speaking the next 10 to 18 months. I mean, look, how can this not be construed as like financial advice, encouraging people to get in? You know, I mean, jeepers. Early this year, Bank of America analysts warned the US debt loan is about to ramp up an additional $1 trillion every 100 days, fueling a Bitcoin price surge. The US national debt is rising by $1 trillion every 100 days. Michael Harnett, chief strategy of Bank of America, wrote in a note to clients seen by CNBC, adding, it's little wonder debt basement trades closing in on all-time highs, i.e. gold and Bitcoin. Hardnett predicted the newly created spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds that have taken Wall Street by storm over the last month are on course for a blowout year, in part because of the collapse of the US dollar. And again, I mean, they're just literally just encouraging people to go into this. And like literally, they're going to lose the shirt off their backs. And they know it. Absolute scumbags. Scoundrels. So BlackRock CEO issues massive warning after crypto flip that powered a Bitcoin, Ethereum and XRP price boom. This post was originally posted on July 14th, 2 days ago. The Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has warned countries around the world are moving away from the US dollar at a spiraling $34 trillion US debt pile fuels fears of collapse, with Bitcoin and crypto slowly chipping away at the dollar dominance. Dear oh dear. The Bitcoin price has rocketed over the last year, climbing despite critical Federal Reserve warning, and helped by bettors who are increasingly confident former US President Donald Trump will retake the White House in November. Now, as the Radical Project 2025 policy plan puts Bitcoin on a collision course with gold, Yellen has said she fears US financial sanctions will reduce the role of the dollar around the world as Russia encourages the use of Bitcoin and crypto. I don't know if things are actually doing that. But anyway, we have very powerful sanctions that are available because of the important role of the dollar in international transactions, Yellen told US lawmakers on the House Financial Services Committee this week. The more we have used sanctions, the more countries look for ways to engage in financial transactions that don't involve the dollar. Updated BlackRock Chief Executive Larry Fink, whose crypto conversation last year was the spear tip in the successful campaign to bring Bitcoin spot exchange trade funds, again another way to devalue the asset, to Wall Street, has warned over the pace that the US debt pile is growing. We're putting a real burden on our children for this massive spend that we can't afford, Fink told CNBC. Yeah, like he's bothered about people's kids and all that. Calling for the US and countries around the world to go for economic growth. The US deficit is the largest in the world, growing at a faster rate in the world, and we need to find ways to minimize the role of the deficit on the economy. The public deficits are just growing too fast as a percentage of GDP. Again, all they need to do is stop charging usury. That's all it is. Literally, usury is what wrecks the nation. Lending currency that they made from nothing at an exorbitant interest rate. It's absolutely outrageous. Committing securities fraud on all of us. Like, good grief. Good grief. I think they're just repeating themselves over and over again. The US has targeted Russia and Iran with strict financial sanctions in the recent years, leading to accusations it's weaponizing the dollar. Yet, the BRICS, initially made up of Brazil, Russia, India, and China, before being joined by South Africa, then Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates, are major developing countries that formed an alliance to grow their power and influence on the world stage. The US-led Western financial sanctions will have a certain impact on the international status of the US dollar. Xiao Qingming, a Beijing-based financial expert, told the China newspaper Golden Times, in the short term, the position of the US dollar should remain stable, but over time its position may weaken. Earlier this month, Russia's central bank encouraged the use of Bitcoin and crypto to counter Western sanctions imposed over Ukraine conflict. Oh my God, and they don't know. Is there a link to this Russian statement here? Again, I mean, all these people blowing smoke up the price of BTC. All right, there we go. Governor of Russia's central bank reportedly. Is this it? Oh, Russian regulator encourages use of crypto to counter sanctions. That was July 3rd. Oh. 11 minutes, yeah, may as well read this quickly then. So, St. Petersburg, July 3rd, Russia's central bank told businesses they should use multiple choice solutions, including cryptocurrencies and other digital assets, to facilitate payments with foreign partners to counter Western sanctions imposed over a Ukraine conflict. Russia's booming trade with China, India, and United Arab Emirates, Turkey, and other countries which have not imposed sanctions has suffered major setbacks in the last few weeks. Recent Western sanctions have targeted major Russian financial institutions, including the Moscow Stock Exchange and Russia's domestic alternative to SWIFT global payment system. Elvira Nabiullina, governor of the central bank, admitted that payments problems were one of the key challenges to the Russian economy. New financial technologies create opportunities for schemes which did not exist before. This is why we soften our stance on the use of cryptocurrencies in international payments, following the use of digital assets such as payments. The head of the Russian central bank told a financial conference in St. Petersburg, different alternatives being discussed. Businesses have become flexible, very enterprising. They find ways to solve this, and others don't even share them with us, she said. She also said Russia's business partners in various countries were under tremendous pressure, but said the new global payment system, not involving Western institutions, would gradually emerge since many countries felt vulnerable using only one international payment system with no alternatives. Imagine when they find out about Bitcoin. She also said Russia and other countries from the BRICS group of countries were discussing over the BRICS bridge payment system, which would be designed to bridge the financial system for members' countries. She added that the discussions were difficult and that it would take time to create such a system. Andrei Kostin, head of Russia's second largest lender, VTB, which recently had sanctions imposed on its branches in Shanghai and was sitting alongside the central bank governor, said that any information about mechanisms to facilitate international payments should be made a state secret by law due to its sensitivity. I can see very well that right now, somewhere in the US Embassy, a second secretary is sitting and writing down every public statement of ours. Maybe he is even sitting here. Whatever steps we take, we can see that the reaction from Western countries is very quick, he said. Well, imagine how quick it's going to be when they find out about genuine Bitcoin. My goodness me. Anyway, that is a 14-minute show. We'll leave you there. I hope you enjoyed it. As ever, if you appreciate these updates, ding your donations to either me at Centbee, Handcash, Simplycash, Relasia, Rock Wallet, or Centi. We'll leave you there. Hope you enjoyed it. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.